Now we are going to discuss the last response, right? Suspend. Suspend and also you can say escape in time, right? For to tide over the unfavorable conditions. So, or they want to escape from unfavorable condition, so that when the conditions are not favor, that time automatically they can suspend their body activities, right? Actually, in a suspend is nothing but it is one of the stage in life cycle of organism. What will happen that stage na? It changes in the actually an organism changes its development and physiological and structural and biochemical behavior. Maybe they change all this, because why they want to change na? They have to pass through the unfavorable condition. Simply they can skip everything, and once the unfavorable condition is got over, again the suitable condition got, then they can resume that all activities. Are you clear with this? For this example, you can see here some bacteria. So some bacteria like fungi and low form of plants, the lower plants like bryophytes, peridophytes, algae. So these organisms and all, the condition is not favor, the surrounding condition is not favor for its survival. That time what it will do na, and they form thick wall around its, and they form thick walled spores. So with the help of the thick wall, they can survey in unfavorable conditions. Once the conditions are suitable or favor, and then they can break that dormancy, they break that spores, and then they can start to germinate. I think we studied about bacterial endospores and fungal spores also. The conditions are not favor, that time only they can form thick walled spores. The conditions are favor, then they start to again germinate. So for some time, okay, for 1 month or 2 months, the environmental conditions are not favor, that time they can form thick walled pores, right? And you take in higher plants, example higher plants. So why the higher plants are producing seeds na? To tide over the unfavorable condition. And also some higher plants, they produce some vegetative reproductive structure. So why they are producing these seeds and vegetative reproductive structure na? So these structure to serve to tide over the period of stress, nothing but the unfavorable condition. These conditions are not suitable for survival, are not suitable for germination or growth. Then they can simply pass all the physiological process, and when they are getting the favorable condition, that time the seeds start to germinate, or the vegetative parts they start to grow, they start to germinate, right? For this example, seeds you take any kind of seeds, like you take peanuts or groundnuts or any legume or any seeds. And what we are doing after harvesting, just we are removing moisture by shadow drying, and we are storing in home for long time. That time the seeds will not germinate. When it will germinate na, when we are sowing that particular seed in soil, that time when we are sowing seeds in soil, the seeds will get enough moisture, oxygen and temperature. That condition is favor for germination, right? Similarly, the vegetative reproductive structure, like you take example, the rhizome part of ginger and turmeric, etc. And even you take the some stem part like sugarcane and cactus, etc. If the condition is not favor, you can keep that garlic in your home for 1 month or 2 months. And again, after that, you can keep it in soil, it will grow, it will start to grow, right? So that period, because why they are not germinating that time now? Because that condition is not favor. so that they can pass their all the biochemical, the metabolic pathways or biochemical reaction. So when the conditions are favor and they start to germinate, okay, the favorable condition when it's getting suitable moisture, temperature and oxygen and etc, water availability etc. Are you clear with this, ma? All are listening, ma?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Boys, ஓகே. ஆக்சுவலாக சீட்ஸ் வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், நம்மள வந்து நார்மலாக வச்சிருக்கிறப்ப முளைக்காது இல்லையா? அதே மாதிரி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த ஜிஞ்சர் ரைஸும் சில பிளான்ட்ஸ்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த சுகர் கேன் கரும்பு இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதை நம்ம அப்படியே வெட்டி வீட்டில் வச்சிருக்கலாம். அண்ட் லைக் ஃபார் வெரி குட் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இஸ் த அலோவேரா. இந்த அலோவேரா என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க தமிழ்ல?
கற்றாழை.
கத்தாழை. அது வீட்டுல தொங்க விட்டுருப்பாங்க, பாத்திருக்கீங்களா?
எஸ் சார்.
சில வீட்டுல தொங்க அப்போ வந்து ட்ரை ஆகாது, அது வந்து வெஜிடேட்டிவ் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர். அப்ப அதே அது மறுபடியும் கழட்டி ஒரு 3 months or 6 months கழட்டி மறுபடியும் சாயில் வச்சோம்னா again it start to grow, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
because if the conditions are not favor, that time வந்து that particular structure வந்து undergo, it suspend all metabolic activities and when again the conditions are favor, they can start to germinate or start to grow. So that period we are calling as suspend. Suspend only can observe only in some plants alone, mostly the lower organism, bacteria, fungi, lower plants and the seeds and the vegetative part of the higher plant. And in animal we have to see, in animal also you can observe suspension, right? Like example, the suspension suspend on the hibernation, aestivation, diapause. So hibernation nothing but also called as winter sleep. So winter sleep na actually it's shown by some organism. In winter they are unable to migrate from one part to other part. So that what will happen na, they will take long winter sleep. So that winter sleep we are calling as hibernation. Hibernation க்கு பண்ணாவும் just they can start sleeping. அதாவது எதுவுமே சாப்பிடாது போய் எதுவுமே சாப்பிடாம அப்படியே தூங்கிட்டே இருக்கும், ஒரு சம் டைமுக்கு வந்து அப்படியே தூங்கிட்டே இருக்கும். அதுக்கு பேர் வந்து hibernation. And aestivation வந்து also called as it's a summer sleep. So during summer, because it's a hot and desiccating summer, that time the condition not favor for animals. That time what will happen, the organism they can reduce their metabolic activity or the metabolic activity become inactive also, and they can survive for some time. When the conditions are, if summer got over, then they start to again they can resume their metabolic process, right? So that kind of sleep you can call it as aestivation. Like hibernation you can observe in polar bear and frog and all. And aestivation you can observe in snail and some fishes during summer. For example, polar bear இருக்கு இல்லையா, அது வந்து mostly எங்க இருக்கும், அந்த polar regionல இருக்கும். So if it is that condition is not favor, they can take sleep. இப்போ எப்போ ஃபேவரா இருக்கோ then they can resume. Like frog also like that only. You can find now it's a raining season, no, daytime you can you see once rain started na, that time you can see evening time the frogs, it's what they will do, the sound விட்டுட்டு இருக்கும் இல்லையா, அது எங்க இருக்குனே தெரியாது. So because they will take winter sleep. Like similarly in summer also like that only, the conditions are not favor, they can take summer sleep for some period only, again they can move, right? For as hibernation examples are polar bear, frog, and aestivation examples are some snail and fishes. But which one undergo both winter sleep and summer sleep? Now frog they undergo, it's example for they can undergo both winter sleep and as well as summer sleep. Frog ரெண்டுமே இது போகும், right? And diapause. So diapause means what na? Here it's a stage of temporary suspension of development. So when they can temporarily they can suspend their development na, when conditions are unfavorable, that time they can temporarily they can suspend their development process. They will not further grow And when again they are getting favorable, then they start to that particular development process resume where it is suspended, right? For this example, zooplankton in lake and ponds. For example, இந்த லேக்ல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த இதெல்லாம் இருக்கும், என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க அதுக்கு பேர், என்ன சொன்னா கிராப். கிராப் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எங்க இருக்குன்னே தெரியாது. ஸோ அந்த லேக் ட்ரை ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா அது எங்க இருக்குன்னே தெரியாது, அந்த மாய்ஸ்சர் ஈரத்துக்குள்ள போய் உட்காந்துக்கும். Once lake is filled with rainwater, that time அப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா they start to grow and start to reproduce, right? For aestivation பாத்தீங்கன்னா fish இருக்கு இல்லையா, இப்ப குளத்தெல்லாம் fish இருக்கும். இந்த fish பாத்தீங்கன்னா குளத்து தண்ணி வத்திருச்சுன்னா அந்த சேருக்குள்ள போய் ஒளிஞ்சிக்கும், right? So எப்ப மறுபடியும் குளத்துல தண்ணி வருதோ then they start to reproduce, right? So these are all some kind of the response shown by animals, okay, to abiotic factor suspension. The examples are hibernation on the winter sleep, aestivation is summer sleep, diapause on the two other only here the stage of suspended development. Here there is no development. Actually, they can completely the metabolic process are the stage of development on the completely suspended here. For hibernation example on the polar bear and frog, and summer sleep aestivation examples are some snail and fishes and frog. So diapause on the example the zooplankton in lake and pond, right? You see here the image, you can see hibernation of bear. The மாதிரி நல்லா அது தூங்க ஆரம்பிச்சிரும் அந்த டைம்ல விண்டர் சீசன்ல. Like you can see fish here இந்த லேக்ல எல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா, உள்ளுக்கார பானீனா ஒரு எக் மாதிரி செல் மாதிரி ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிட்டு அந்த இதுல ஒளிஞ்சிக்கும். Like you see aestivation of snails, இந்த மாதிரி அப்படியே இருக்கும், அது unactivity அப்படியே இருக்கும். When the conditions are summerல பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். When the conditions are favor, then the snails start to, so that they can resume their normal life and they start to reproduce, right? Are you clear with this, ma?
Yes, sir.
So next topic is adaptation. How the organism adapted to the surrounding environment. Because you can observe different organism, they are having different kind of adaptation, right? Different kind of adaptation. Adaptation on the actually adaptation is, you can say it is a morphological, physiological, and it's a behavioral attribute of organism. So either it may be adaptation, either it's one of the kind of attribute. Either it may be morphological or physiological or behavioral attribute of the organism. It's any attribute of organism, either may be morphological, physiological, behavioral. And with the help of that attribute, the organism, they can survey and reproduce in its habitat. Okay, actually here some depends on the environmental condition, and with the help of that characteristics feature of organism, some morphological feature, a behavioral feature or physiological feature on the that allow the organism to adapt and survey in that particular environment, right? So that attribute on the we are calling as adaptation. Are you clear with this? So adaptation is nothing but any attribute of organism, like either it may be morphological or physiological or behavioral, that enable the organism to survey and reproduce in its habitat, right? இப்போ வந்து மழை பெய்யுதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோ, நம்ம மழை பெய்யுது ஜில்லுன்னு இருக்கு, நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம், either we have to adapt that particular environment, right? ஏன்னா கூலிங்கா இருக்கு, ஏரியா வந்து கூலிங்கா இருக்கு, ரொம்ப இதா இருக்கு. இப்போ என்ன பண்ணுவோம், either by using any one of this method or combination of all this method, we got to adapt to the particular environment. இப்போ மழை பெய்யுதுன்னா சில்லுன்னு இருக்கு, ஓகே, எதிர என்ன பண்றோம், ரெயின் கோட் போட்டுக்குவோம், இல்ல பெட்ஷீட் போட்டு இது பண்ணிக்கிறது, இல்ல பிசியாலஜிக்கலா என்ன கை இதெல்லாம் நல்லா தேய்ச்சோம்னா ஹாட்டா இருக்கும், வார்மா இருக்கும், ரைட்? ஸோ these are all either, but like some organism, they are having some morphological attribute, physiological attribute, a behavioral attribute. With the help of this attribute, they can easily adapt and survey or reproduce in that particular habitat, right? And in organism, there are many adaptation that have evolved over long evolutionary time. So because it's not evolved over short period, it takes more period to evolve and to adapt. And also that adaptations are genetically fixed one. So it passes from parents to the other organism, right? Like we will see, first we will see the morphological adaptation. So morphological, how the organism with the help of the morphological attribute, they can adapt the particular surrounding. For this one example is adaptation of kangaroo rat in North American desert. You see the kangaroo rat, how it look like this. It's not normal rat, it's a kangaroo rat. And in desert, how this particular kangaroo rat adapted in North American desert. North American desert, because in desert, the water availability is limited, right? And how they can meet all its requirement of water by utilizing all the water obtained through the internal fat oxidation, because inside body the fat will be there, the organism itself because surrounding there is no water availability or water availability may be limited, but they have to fulfill their water requirement. How they can fulfill by oxidation of internal fat that when oxidizing internal fat they give water as a byproduct, so that if they can use by oxidize internal fat, they can use that particular water and they can fulfill their requirement because there is no external source of water, right? And also these organisms adapted. Another one feature is there, and this particular kangaroo rat also has ability to concentrate its urine, so that what will happen, it's a minimal volume of water is used to remove excretory product, right? So in the மூலியமா ஆனா so water இல்ல but அதுக்கு body metabolic activity க்கு water வேணும், அதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணிக்கும், so internal fat is there, they can oxidize that internal fat. When oxidizing internal fat, it gives water as a byproduct, they can use that particular water. Similarly, so they can excrete only concentrated urine. Why they are excreting concentrated urine? Because they want to minimize the use of water or minimize the volume of water. And நிறைய water on the urine வந்துருச்சுனா again they need more water, right? For example, you see birds and all, they are not excreting any urine because birds are considered as a water conserving animal, right? Zoology excrete le படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. So because they do not excrete any urine because they want to conserve water. Like this kangaroo rat also adapted to that particular desert. So by using internal fat and also by eliminating concentrated urine, they are minimizing the use of water. This is a morphological adaptation, right? And next morphological adaptation. You see the presence of thick cuticle on leaf surface of some plant like a cactus, etc. The presence of desert plants, okay, mostly desert plants, they are having thick cuticle on their surface. Like they are having sunken tomata. Sunken tomata nothing but tomata are present in deep pits. Why they are having thick cuticle and sunken tomata? Because with the help of them, they can minimize the water loss through transpiration. நிறைய இந்த இதுல இருக்க பேர் என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க, சப்பாத்தி கல்லி. இதுல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா thick cuticle இருக்கும், மேல wax layer is there, and also the stomata are found in deep pits. It's like you see this comparing with surface, the stomata found in deep part. So this kind of stomata you can call it as sunken stomata. Why they are having this kind of structure? To minimize the water loss through transpiration. And also some plant like camp plants are there, crustacean acid metabolism plant. And these plants because in this plant the stomata remain closed during daytime, but when the stomata will open only during night time only they can open, right? Because daytime open, daytime outer environment is so hot, so the rate of transpiration increases, so that the water loss also high. So that in this plant, camp plants and the stomata remain closed during daytime. When it will open only night time only it will open. And like a desert plant like Opuntia have no leaves. You can see here in this Opuntia there is no leaves because there are leaves may be reduced. You can find some plant, you can find there are small size leaves. Here the stem become flat and green. The stem which carry out the photosynthesis. Why they do not have the leaf or if they are having leaves also, the leaf size is reduced. Why the leaf size is reduced? Not to reduce the rate of transpiration. Okay, to minimize the loss of water loss through transpiration. They are either the leaves are absent or they are having reduced leaf, right? So these are the some morphological adaptation in plants, right? In an adaptation, thick cuticle இருக்கும். So stomata are found in deep pits. That stomata we are calling as sunken stomata. Some plant, like example, camp plants in this stomata open only during daytime. The stomata remain closed during, open only during night time. Stomata remain closed during daytime. And some plants like Opuntia, they are having no leaves, or if leaves are present, the size of leaf is much reduced, reduced into spines. And because this adaptation, why they are having this kind of structure, the help of this structure, they can minimize the water loss through transpiration, right, ma? So next we can see, next one, another morphological adaptation. The mammal from cold climate region or colder region, they are having short hair and limbs to reduce the heat loss. Actually comparing with animal found in the normal region. So this is called Allen rule. So Allen rule is Allen rule, mammals from cold climate have shorter, so external organelle like ear, limbs, etc. than animal found in the normal climate. So this is called Allen rule. Are you clear with this? Actually, normally, human being also can find difference. We are in normal environment. We can find the people, those are living in Assam, Meghalaya, the cold climate, comparing with us, normal eyes round, the mook right? Comparing with us. Like animals also, you can find differences. Animal found in our area, same animal in the cold climate, comparing with animal found in the normal climate, they are having extremely small the external appendages like ear, limb, etc. So these are called, why they are having like that, to reduce the heat loss, right? And also you can take example another, the aquatic mammals like whales, seals, and they are having thick layer of internal fat. The thick layer of internal fat name is called blooper. Blooper, and this thick layer of internal fat on the found beneath the skin layer that act as the insulator and also that reduce the loss of body heat. Because other one full, for example, if you take example pig also, pig la patina skin and the fatty number separate right? Like some animals are like seals and whales lambatina, look at the skin code the thick layer fat. The thick layer fat on the act as a insulator and reduce the loss of body heat. Okay, that's why they are having, right? You see here, seals la patina. So skin is like this. Skin is there, thin skin only, and beneath the skin and below their skin patina, there are a thick fat layer is there. This is a thick fat layer. On this act as an insulator, so they can easily separate that internal organ from the surrounding, and also which reduce the loss of body heat, right? So these are some kind of morphological adaptation, right? So next we see the physiological and the biochemical adaptation. For this one example, the Archaebacteria is there. Archaebacteria, mostly they are found in only extreme environment or harsh environment, like hot spring or deep sea hydrothermal vents. So because where the temperature is greater than 100 degrees Celsius, and with the help of physiology, they are adapted to that particular proteins, that biochemicals are, which allow the organism to adapt the particular environment. And also many fishes which will thrive in Antarctic water, where the temperature is below 0 degree, okay, below 0 degree. So the biochemical and physiological attribute of these particular fishes, they allow to survey even -degree Celsius also, right? minus degree Antarctic waters, right? Because they are having they are having the body fluids are like that. Mostly in this fish on the body fluid contain glycerol and antifreeze protein. So with the help of that, even if they are in 0 degree also, the body fluid will not freeze. இப்போ நாமளே என்ன ஆகும், ஐஸ்ல தூக்கி ஐஸ் கியூப் எடுத்து கையில் வச்சு நம்மளுக்கு எப்படி இருக்கும், கொஞ்ச நேரம் அப்புறம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கை அப்படியே ஒரு மாதிரி இழுக்கும் அப்படியே, கரெக்டா? ஏன்னா ஐஸ் கியூப் வைக்கிறப்ப என்ன ஆகும்னா, இட்ஸ் அவர் பிளட் ஸ்டார்ட் டு ஃப்ரீஸ். But this fluid, that the fish also having body fluid, blood, but how they are able to survive in that cold climate, 0 or minus degree, na? They are having that mechanism, right? They are having anti-freezing protein. To help of that, they can able to survive even below 0 degree Celsius also, right? And some marine invertebrates and fishes live at great depth. Great depth. If you go in a sea water or ocean, if you go down, the pressure comparing with the atmosphere, there the pressure is greater. If you go deep depths where the pressure is greater than 100 times, the pressure is greater than 100 times than the normal atmospheric pressure. That pressure is not suitable for living organism. But these invertebrates and fishes are adapted to that particular the pressure condition with the help of their physiological and biochemical components, right? So these are all some example for physiological and biochemical adaptation, right, ma? And next one, you see, like when we are going for mountain areas, right, at a high altitude place. So if we are reaching some high altitude area like 3000 meter or above 3500 meter from sea level, that time we will get the altitude sickness. Okay, we will feel altitude sickness. What is that altitude sickness? Na? That symptoms like nausea, fatigue, and heart palpitation. Because why it is happening na? This is due to less oxygen there. The oxygen is less, and also low atmospheric pressure at high altitude, so that body does not get enough oxygen. Height the atmospheric pressure is very low, and the concentration of oxygen also very less, availability of oxygen also very less, so that our body cell will not get enough oxygen. Actually, if first point we will feel altitude sickness, and this altitude sickness will stop. What will happen gradually after some period of time? Actually, gradually we can start to accumulate that particular situation, and the body will compensate this low oxygen availability. How it compensation? By increasing RBC and breathing rate, and also decrease the binding capacity of hemoglobin. So by this way, actually, எதுமே இப்படிதான். புதுசா ஒரு இடத்துக்கு நம்ம ஹைட்டா போறப்ப பயமா இருக்கும், அப்படியே படபடன்னு இருக்கும். அதே கொஞ்ச நேரம் அங்க போய் இருந்துட்டோம்னாவும் நம்ம அடாப்ட் ஆயிக்கும், right? We will accumulate in that particular situation. So when we are reaching first time, you can feel altitude sickness, and the same condition on the altitude sickness on the gradually what will happen? It will accumulate after period of some time, right? Or over period of some time. How it will adapt? So the body compensate low oxygen availability by increasing RBC and breathing rate. So RBC start to produce more RBC and breathing rate, and also decreasing the binding capacity of hemoglobin, right? By this way, we can adapt that particular altitude, right? This is a physiological and biochemical adaptation, right? And next one is behavioral adaptation. So behavioral adaptation, here some organism with the help of the behavioral attribute that they can adapt to the particular environment. Like for example, desert lizard. What will happen? The boss, they can take sun bath. The bask in the sun and absorb heat. So when their body temperature is very low, when body temperature is very low, what will happen? So automatically they can bask in the sun and absorb heat. And when the ambient temperature start increasing, what will happen? Automatically they can move to shadow. So once it adjusted with, so it will start to accumulate. Okay, now we are observing, some Western countries and all people, they are taking sunbath in the beach, right? Because their climate is very low. When they are getting sun, automatically they will take bath in the sun in beach area. Like similarly, the organism which adapted for a desert condition and the condition sometimes it is very hot, sometimes it is very cold. When climate is very chill, then the body temperature automatically, the body temperature getting low, they can take sun bath. When its a temperature is adjusted, they can move into the shade. Similarly, some species in the burrow into the soil to hide and escape from above ground heat. நம்ம நிறைய பார்ப்போம், இந்த frog, நிறைய animals இருக்கு, even snakes also. So if outside temperature வந்து கொஞ்சம் அதிகமா இருந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆகும்னா, அது வந்து they can burrow into the soil and they can hide. So when the condition is favor, they can come out from the soil, right? நிறைய animals இருக்கு, நிறைய lizards, நிறைய animals இருக்கு, right? So these and all, it's a behavioral adaptation, right, ma? Next topic is population, and about population, tomorrow we can discuss. Up to this, we'll end up today's session, ma. If you have any question, you can ask me now.